Today we're going to be doing that follow-up video that you guys have been probably waiting for on how pay to win is Fate War, because that is the golden question I think for a lot of free-to-play players when they look at this game. And I'm just going to give you my honest review of the pay to win structure already from playing it only for that 5 to 8 hours of gameplay. But there's so many alarming alarm bells going off right now, red flags that I just can't ignore. And I can see the power structures, I can see where this is gonna go, and this is already from the start. This is not thinking about 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now. That's gonna add more and more power buffs and power structures and mechanics on top. So the best way I thought of starting this is talking about VIP and how free to play friendly it isn't, right, for the VIP experience, which some people might say it might not be, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to give you my view again on this, and I'm happy to be wrong on any of the points I'm about to make about Fate War. However, the first thing I already hate is the timers. For free-to-play players, they are not going to be wanting to constantly spend these gems in here to keep the VIP benefits duration. And that is all of these buffs that you've been going for to obviously help you in that hero XP yielding, research speed that you've been using, construction speed, all of the jazz that you've been pumping the VIP in. Yes, every single day, no matter what, you will gain the daily VIP chest, which is nice, right? And the aim for any free-to-play player as a tip and trick is to try and hit VIP 9, because even when this expires, at least you're gaining, you know, a legendary memento that you need, and at least a summon towards a potential legendary hero as well while it's offline. Because for free-to-play players, guys, you're not going to be spending gems here, because as you can imagine, in the events, there's going to be big ones, like the lucky roulette one right here, which I've saved just for this video, because it's going to cost you gems to spin, and obviously you should know this in different games. But what's interesting about this one is the more you spin on this wheel, the more chance that you have at the moment to get this egg bunny shard that you can combine in the museum, which is a decorative item in the game. And you can see again these egg bunny shards to give you these kind of buffs in the game. And that is one of the secret pay to win features in the game that no one has been honest about. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, I am not a fan of this at all. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the game Fate War, you can get decorative buildings like anything in these type of genres, right? And these are called Curios. So if you look, I've got these 3 Curios here, and you can get them quite easy at the start of the game. There's some blue ones and green ones that you're going to be able to have. And as you notice, you can level up these Curios, and these are going to require some of the resource plus some of the blue to upgrade. You can see again here, I can level up this guy, but I need some more blue stuff to upgrade, right? So this is going to be something you can earn in game quite easily at the beginning for the blues as well as the greens and stuff. But it's when you start to kind of look at the fact that even right now, I have a pop-up for a legendary one, and this legendary one is going to give me a construction speed buff for $4.99. And as you guys can imagine, this game also offers a second research slot, but for $9.99. And this is so you can have this running 2, obviously compared to a free-to-play player that's running 1. But if you jump out of this, and as we go to remember this kind of thing we've just seen now, you're going to be able to find the museum. And this museum here is kind of next to your Warden's Ring. And this is all about where those Curios are. And each of the Curios, as you'll start to notice, start at level 1. And this requires 50 of those bad boys to go. And then you're going to need different amounts for different ones. So this is 100. This one needs 160. This one needs 200 in order to upgrade. Same with these ones are needing 50 to go. But you'll start to notice if we go into the epic ones, we're going to start gaining stats. And yes, I'm going to say it again, you're going to be able to obtain these through caravans and also the Call to Arms event. Now, I will say most players are going to be able to earn from what I have heard from the community in game. And this is quite nice that you're able to get these. However, it's again when you start going up and seeing there's so many more legendary ones. There's the statue of the God of War. This is going all up to level 10, giving you 3% attack on defense and HP of all your troops. I don't think a free-to-play player is going to be honestly unlocking this and getting this maxed out on their accounts. Let's be honest. They've got the Usher Shrine permanently for the Berserker types. There is the one we've just seen in the pop-up bundle that maxes out at 30% construction speed when you have a level 10 and giving you 3,000 free construction time. Meaning, for the spender, if you buy this straight away, you can actually just keep hitting complete, and not needing to use any speed ups until you hit over 3,000 seconds on the timers, right? Then you got the Berserker one, which is again attack and defense for Berserkers. We've got the same for Cavalry, it's the same for Axe Throwers, the same for Beast Riders, and then you're gonna have the holiday versions. So we've got the Santa sculpture, which again gives you a bunch of good stuff. You got the Egg Bunny one, which you can see right now you can earn in game through that Lucky Wheel event. Then you got the Ancestral Light one as well, and then the mythical Sword of War, which is crit rate increase and damage dealt to Blackforge. And to obtain this, you need to do the Legendary Hero event leaderboard. So again, you can see where we're going. This little area here is just one of many that I'm about to carry on with in this video that is gonna be the big gatekeeper behind closed doors, where spenders are actually going to have a massive advantage to just the normal player that thinks they can play the game, unlock their T6, T5 research on their troops and feel good because they're going to have these players to fight against. And it goes a step further because the more of these statues you unlock, as you'll notice I've got right here, I'm able to get some extra bonuses. And for the War of Peace, you're going to get some nice kind of infirmary and resource gathering speed. But for the attack ones, you're going to get more damage. And this is on your normal attacks, skill damage, and counter attack. So all of the stuff is boosting and boosting up. And this is when you get level 10 on all of the different statues. That's what that is reading for those people that don't understand. And you got to think, this is just the beginning. What about when there's more holiday ones? What if there's 3 different holiday skins, right? Different statues, and they can put 3 Christmas ones together to create another thing. And then there's a Halloween one and an Easter one. And I've seen this before because I'm living it right now in Age of Empires Mobile. And anyone who's played Age of Empires Mobile can 100% agree. So this is where I'm kind of already looking at the game with eyebrows raised that, like, do I really want to try this and honestly invest into this game? Because afterwards, you can come out of this area and then we can check out, for example, which I missed out purposely on the honest review section of the game for this video, which we did talk about, a little hint, but it's the cosmetics in the game. This game has cosmetics shitting out of its asshole, and it's going to be scary to see again in the distant future what they do with it, because you'll notice a common theme where any of the like kind of portraits at the moment don't give buffs, apart from this one, which does, which is a holiday skin. And I can kind of like hide my webcam because I honestly don't need to be on screen when you just look at these. You'll notice each of them troop HP buff, but it doesn't apply to any of these. This guy has got a legendary one, but there's no buffs tied to this one yet. There's a bunch of other ones again. But if we start going down the list and showcasing off that, yes, they've got a cool amount of cosmetics, which I think a lot of people will appreciate. And don't get me wrong, I do like my own cosmetics. I think cosmetics are pretty cool in game. But then you're going to start to see the city skins look epic, right? Look absolutely epic. But the legendary ones, again, instantly, you got these buffs, you got these buffs, you got these buffs, you got these buffs. You're going to have these ambient ones, right? This is give you Fright Night. It looks amazing. You got this Praise Yule, Lucky Light. You got the Shadow Usher one. We've got these combos, which you do look amazing on. And I will say one thing. This does look pretty lit. Like, if we are fighting in game and you're getting kills and it keeps comboing off like that, that is actually pretty sick. I can imagine people get quite hyped when it looks like this on the open field. There is obviously a legendary version, so this is obviously showcasing, guess what? In the future, there's going to be more legendary ones, which are going to probably have more buffs tied to them. You can actually get these, which is your default troop outfit. So if you want your entire troop, no matter what, to look like one thing, you're able to do that. There's this little epic little ice yeti skin here. But we've got the Yule Messenger, and this gives you troop defense and troop damage by 1%. And again, if you don't believe it, there's the stats to prove it, right? You've got cavalry defense, 1%. You got the berserker HP and defense by 1%. Then we've got the actual skins individually, which are kind of cool too. You can get these different ones. At the moment, as you'll notice, they're all epic colored. And because they're epic colored, they're not going to give you any buffs as the others have kind of done on the legendary category, right? That's another area already that is a massive pay-to-win feature, which we have to be honest with ourselves. Are we going to be playing this game when we can see there's Curios? There's obviously the pay-to-win aspect of spenders pushing to the tech in the game, and there's another big alarming bell about that, which we're going to address in this video. And then there's all these skins too in the game that you're going to be doing, and that isn't just it. When you click on your user profile, there's a different area that you do get introduced to called the Chieftain's Artifacts. And as you can see, each of these artifacts that I am currently equipping are actually common-based ones. These are just like Iron Sword. You're going to get better ones of these later down the road, because you can see in there is these runes that you can put in and actually get these buffs. One W, I will say, and this is a positive thing, because I'm not going to just obviously say everything is bad in Fate War, but you are able to actually extract at any point and just put back in the gem, like the rune. You're able to do that, which I do think is actually a really cool thing that you're able to do. So big, obviously, W on that end. But you'll notice again, there's more commons and stuff that you're gonna get, that you're gonna need to get multiple copies to kind of rank all the way up in order to get real effectiveness of stats compared to what you get in here, right? Look at this, 5.5% compared to 0.5. Not even close. It's not even close, right? So you can see where another layer of the pay-to-win feature already lies in. And this is obviously all in here. You can see the whole archive of common. You got the common 1 stars. You got the regular. You got the regular 1 stars. You got the regular 2 stars. You got fine. That goes up to 3 stars. You got the elites now, which are the epics, that they go all the way up to 3 stars. And then finally, you got the legendaries that you'll eventually get to in your lifetime if you play it. And then supreme. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, as you can tell, like, there's a lot involved in this. And just tell me your honest thoughts if you've been playing this game as a free-to-play player, if you felt like at the moment for the first maybe 3 to 4 days in your kingdom, especially if you're in like kingdom 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 as well. If you're in any of those kingdoms, you've been playing for a few days now, how does the free-to-play player experience feel compared to everyone else? Because when you check out the leaderboard, it does tell you a crazy story that we've got people here at 17 and 18 million power. And don't get me wrong, I can imagine free-to-play players are actually quite high in even like the game in retrospective to maybe like 2, free, maybe 4 to 5 million power, maybe, I want to say, just kind of estimating, because I was able to push 1.3 million power in 5 hours of gameplay. I'm going to be honest, I was, right? It was not too difficult at all to do that. I did that pretty casually. I kind of played it quite laid back and didn't go too super intense on that, right? So you can kind of see we've got Curios, we've got skins, we've got the VIP system that's locked behind. We've got the whole chieftain artifacts that you're going to be having to fight as well. Then on top of all of that now, we can start to look at the monstrosity that is up at the top right corner, because you'll notice there is a ton of events that are running in game, including pop-ups when you're doing certain things that do appear in these games. But again, you'll notice any of these events, even for the free-to-play player, yes, you're going to get some cool rewards for the epics, and I think the free-to-play players will like this because it's a ton of rewards at the start of the game. But for the spender that's spending in the game, you're going to be paying $20 and you're getting a legendary hero and get so much like value working onto basically Vol here for $20, right? Same with the 7-day star one. You can get this one, which is going to allow you to get some VIP, but here you're going to get 1,000 VIP. You're going to get 5 special summons versus 30, and this is all for $4.99. So again, behind the spender, this is going to be the knowledge that you need to use for your research tech trees. But over here, we're getting over 200,000, and then you got 10 epics to 10 legendaries, right? So you can kind of see the actual versus of a spender, even a low spender in this game compared to a free-to-play player. And I must say, if you're maybe looking at this video from a low spender perspective, I will be honest, it's actually pretty good for the low spenders in these type of games that might only want to spend 20 to 30 bucks per month tops, because in the initial game, as you're going to see as we go through this whole mall section and the spending side of things now, you'll notice there's a lot of these events for $4.99 that a lot of those little mini spenders will be able to get, and they'll actually feel, do you know what, that's actually worth the value. Fair play to you if you feel like that. I'm not going to be obviously the one that judges you on how much you spend on games or if you don't spend in games, but I just want to kind of highlight, like, even for the $4.99 value, the amount of insane upgrades that you're going to be gaining compared to someone that isn't spending in this game. And that's just one area. That's the journey of Destiny that we was in, right? That's all of this area. You can go to the legendary hero, and this is going to be again where you can basically progress in this event, and you'll notice I've got 15,000, and this is just at the end of kind of like pushing and migrating afterwards. But anytime you earn or use, should I say, your hero XP bucks on your heroes, anytime you use any legendary insignias to like level them up, any ones for your mediums, you can see smalls, there's elite ones, there's the superb ones, anytime you obtain a hero, basically anything to do with heroes, and at the bottom the special and regular search times, you'll notice are going to generate this currency, and you are going to get some summoning tokens for your account, which is quite nice again all the way through. And this is again for everyone, but when you go into like the rankings leaderboard, there's a whole like tribe push for this to see who's spending the most on there. Don't know why there is, but because when you go through, there is going to be in the later stages like rewards tied to this, right? So again, this is one area again we've just clicked on. This is only one of them, and we've got more to go, guys. We've got growth path now, which is I think a really cool idea, which I did highlight in the last video. But again, let's be honest with ourselves, I think most of the free-to-play players, when you do properly push, are definitely going to get the epic hero. I just don't know how many free-to-play players after that are actually going to be able to complete the surprise egg and actually unlock the legendary version of Boulder. Because if we could maybe host a poll, and maybe I'd do this, guys, and I'd love to hear you guys feedback in the comment section down below and vote if you've been able as a free-to-play player to earn Boulder as a legendary hero or not, because this is again where I feel like when you look at this challenge and the stuff that you need to do, like upgrading your chieftain hall, occupying zones, which are parts of the progression in game, doing stuff that you just honestly need to keep doing in game anyway, but certain things like the might increase, the troop might increase, the building might increase. These milestones are going to get higher and higher, and to get these obviously higher and higher, you're going to be needing to spend in the game eventually before it bottlenecks you with any sort of progression for your account. So this is where I want to be honest, like, I don't know how good this event's going to be. I think it lasts, as you can see, for 7 days on your account. So this is from the 5th here all the way up to the 11th. So this was actually, yeah, 6 days this was running on, right? So mainly 7 days. So I don't know. Again, I don't know. Cool event, but I don't know how viable it is for the free-to-players. Lucky Carnival, another one, brand new, pops up out of nowhere after my 2nd day of playing the game, and you can earn permanence. We can get permanence, the Bunny Fortress, on this leaderboard, and this is by obviously spinning and spending more money in order to get, as you can see, these Bunny Fortress skins. One thing which is kind of cool on this game, which you'll notice, the top 100 all get the permanent, which is a little bit different to other games where normally city skins are only granted to the top, 3, but you'll notice the top 3 do get extras, right? They get the extra lucky light compared to everyone else. Obviously, they get more sculptures on the shard, which obviously means they're gonna get the best curio for their accounts. So again, you can see this is gonna be more spender heavy, and I can imagine maybe if you're a free-to-play player, you might be able to get into the top 100 once every so often, but it's going to require you to save a ton in order to do that. And depending on if you're on a quiet kingdom or if you're on a big heavy kingdom, again, all those different variables are going to change. But this is again one of those events that has even more spending involved. You got the $4.99 and then the $9.99. This is giving you even more pushes on what you're able to get. All of that's obviously tied into this whole event, and there's other ways you can be spending in there. You can go into the 14-day login, which is quite nice that you're able to get, as you can see, some legendaries, right? You're going to get a legendary hero here, Vol, for free, but then you're going to get some actual legendary mementos, which you can redeem for legendary heroes you have. So I can technically go into my heroes right now, going into the upgrade skills, and look, we can actually start to ascend. So I can ascend this guy's skill to level 4, and that was completely for free. So that is nice, and I'm not going to say that's not pay to win at all, but again, everyone's going to get access to that. Then you got the first purchase, which you guys know, which is in every one of these games, and then you got the mall, and this is where you start to see the actual crux of the pay to win, because yes, you're able to get the first top up bonus, but you're going to start to see a common theme here with all the other passes that I've shown you in all the other events here, right? You're going to get these extra passes here for 99p at the start, but eventually it probably will go up to $4.99 after maybe some sort of discount that you've gotten rid of on your account. You got the Dwarven Treasure, so anytime you're spending in the account, you can kind of choose a statue or a curio here, but you can put in the middle and try and find treasures for that. You got the Daily Spender, so anytime you want to spend $4.99, you can press this button and get all 3 of these buttons basically, and you can choose one of the 3 heroes that you earn from spending, and that's obviously opening the chests. You get the Miracle Recruitment, and this is only one of many type of events that might pop up like this, where you're able to spend like 99p and get some insanely value summons, if you want to say, and then it keeps scaling up, and you get these free ones, which is technically tied to that price. So you're getting 48 summons for $9.99 basically, right? Then you got your daily essentials, and this is what we mentioned in the last video. This and the regular value bundles are the same thing, but the daily essentials are way better value for your account. You can do so much more on here and actually get better value. But again, these are remaining one. This will scale all the way up to obviously $9.99 and potentially higher which we will have a little minor spoiler for in upcoming categories. But I just kind of find it crooked that for a pay-to-win game that you can get these, which are worse than these. So it does just incentivize players to be spending in certain areas over others, and I just find that a bit predatory, if I'm honest with you, when it comes to spending stuff. You get the new server deals. This is, again, 5 remaining. You can spend $50 on here to get an absolute truck of weekly artifact bundles. There's one here for the resource, runes, which we were talking about earlier on. So if you're a spender in this game, you can be spending £45, which is about $50 for most players, and you're going to be gaining what, 3 random runes, and then again used to get some blue runes here, which could upgrade potentially into a purple. It just showcases what we was already stressing earlier on in these different game modes of the game. The Curios, the runes, the VIP, right? Everything that we've showcased so far all ties in together. You got the Curio bundles here, which we just mentioned. Hero bundles. So again, for the spenders, they're able to spend $19.99 and get basically 16 mementos, which is crazy value. Speed ups, right? Then you got subscription privileges, which I find insane. This is the first time I've actually seen this in the game. Yes, I have seen other games offer a monthly pass, but not one, which you can see here. When you activate this will automatically renew every month. This automatically does this, and you choose when to cancel it. So basically it says pay $4.99 and they're banging on you to forget about the subscription and keep paying them $4.99, even if the game, you might have, you know, left the game. This is something that you could have just forgot, but they've kept it here for you. You're going to get all these effects plus these daily rewards on top. There's the Lucky Chips bundle. So obviously right now there's events that can spin in the Lucky Roulette, and you can see you can spend up to 99 things on this. Yes, there's limited amounts of purchases on there, but as well there's like the top up milestones, which are in all of these games. So the more you spend, the more of these rewards you're gonna get. You got development resources, so again you can be paying for these monthly ones, and this is what I was talking about just before, and this is what I see the difference. I pay $4.99 and it lasts for 30 days and it doesn't renew, right? It's just one of those things. I instantly get 1,300 gems, but every single day I'm going to be gaining these 50 gem bundles times 7, right? And you can see on all of these, there's the resource, the speed ups, you got the food drops, lumber drops, iron drops, stone drops, and you can see again what you're able to get for 7 days on these ones compared to the gem one at 30 days, right? And the game's trying to crash, by the way. The game is trying to crash, as I just said that, see, on the BlueStacks player. And I will tell you guys, if you are trying to play Fate War, I would not recommend playing it on BlueStacks. You can actually download the game, and it should cut right now to it. Steam. You can actually download the game on the official Steam marketplace for PC. So if you want to play it on PC, play it on Steam. And if you want to play it on mobile, you can download it on your mobile device. And then it'll be hopefully back like this and it won't crash for you. But if you are trying to play it on PC, I would not recommend BlueStacks for the last time, because I honestly hate this emulator. It's so bad and it crashes so often. It's kind of ridiculous on this, right? So just to kind of finish off what we were talking about, obviously these are those development resources. You've got the Chieftain Hall funds as well as a spender, so you can purchase this bundle here, and when you go for it, basically you're going to be able to get extra gems, as you can see, as you level up your main Chieftain Hall. And now we've got the real crook. Here we go. The real crook of the game, the gold mole. So what you can do, as you can imagine, you can pay and put gold onto your account, and you can use this to purchase all premium services in the game except for gold. So basically it allows you to basically preload your account on the fly. And as you can see, as many games like the gem bundle does, you expect this to go 99, then like, you know, $4.99, this one's $9.99, and so on. This one down here is 300 to purchase this one, guys. This one's 100, this one's 50, this one's 20, this one, no, this one's 10, this one's 5, this one's 1. So you got $1, $5, $10, $50, $100, and then $300 in order to buy those ones. Comparatively to when you go to the gem bundles, which is like $1, $5, $10, I want to say. This one's $20, $45 or $50, and then this one is your $99 or $100 bundle, and there's no more. And again, when you play other games like Rise of Kingdoms and all of that, you expect that. So it is an insane shock, showcasing how much people are gonna get. Plus, you're gonna get 95,000 gems on top of that, and you can imagine with all of those gems, you're gonna be able to spin on stuff like this event here. You can compete in different events in the game that's gonna be coming around that are obviously more competitive for players that are spending, because you're gonna have more obviously resources, you name it, just to take advantage of them, right? So let me know in this video, how pay to win do you think the game actually is? Because I honestly think I have showcased a pretty fair analysis of all of the things. And just to kind of be nice to you guys, and I know a lot of you guys wonder, how the hell, Sneaky, did you get VIP 7 as a free-to-play player without spending? I was only able to do that because of the system rewards that you get here, because of my first account. As you notice, you will get all the way down here for the global pre-reg a ton of gems. You get a ton of gems, you get some permanents here on your account. You'll get one of your first ever free gems for your, well, free runes for your chieftain artifacts there. And then you'll notice again 2,000 gems here. You'll get 300 gems for the link, and then down here this is a gift code, which is join now if you've not tried it out. And join now, I believe, works for anyone below City Hall 9. I believe when you first start, you'll get that 5,000 gemmies on that account. And that is it. Apart from that, all I did was complete the chapters above and played through the live stream, as you guys can check out in the comment section down below. And I was able to get this amount of gems, and obviously have gems left over, which you guys have seen in the video that I'll span even for that lucky roulette wheel at one time for a bit of fun. So let me know what you think about Fate War. Do you reckon it is super pay to win or not? Do you reckon it's actually a pretty fair low spender game? Or do you think even the free to players are actually gonna have a good time playing this game? And I honestly want your input and thoughts on this. If you play Rise of Kingdoms, Call of Dragons, Age of Empires Mobile, Lords, you name it, any of the city building games, because I will try the game out if there is some curiosity and a bit of positivity on the game to, why not? Let's try it out as a community, right? And if that is the case, I'll do it with you guys, right? So until we get the bread and butter on how you guys feel about it, smash like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you think it's pay to win. And until the next time, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.